All right, guys, these two knives right here, this one and this one, are begging to cut. You get a Todd Begg. Anyway, we have the Vosteed Shilin cutter. We have the Todd Begg mini glimpse. These are both sent by our guy, Fred the Lug. And Fred is a great viewer of the channel. Thank you, Fred, for sending these. Now, guys, if you don't know, Todd Begg is more of a high-end or even custom maker. I've seen some of his high-end stuff. This is a budget-friendly Todd Begg knife, the mini glimpse, and this is a Vanker lock or V-Anchor lock version, or the only version of the Vosteed Shilin cutter. Now, Shilin cutter, for those of you who don't know, is a traditional Japanese pattern of a knife, and a lot of companies have been doing a version of this, so it's not, I've heard people say this company ripped that one off. Nope, it is a traditional look of a knife, but you do have aluminum on this one and a beautiful blade. So let's jump in. Which one should we do first? Let's do the Todd Begg knife first. And we're going to give you guys links to these down below. Now, the Begg glimpse, or the mini glimpse in this case, is a flipper only knife. I cannot get into that fuller at all. A really interesting blade in that you have a hollow ground blade here and a swedge here. Those are both in belt satin. With this cool kind of fuller or blood groove with the holes in it, which is a Todd Begg thing. You have contoured but smooth G10 scales. And by the way, guys, before I go too far, these are $72, okay? G10, D2, $71 contour. Now you have a steel clip with a ceramic ball. It is not reversible. You have a slit through the scales and the back spacer for a lanyard. You do have some crazy kind of wild jimping on the back spacer, and just a crazy looking blade indeed. And again, really great D10. I'm not sure who the OEM is. Maybe if I click here, it'll tell me. But I'm not sure who the OEM is, but whoever did it, fan flippin' tastic. Nope, it does not tell me who the OEM is. So, and that is absolutely fine. Now, does pop out of there. You do have a nice sharpening choil here. Just a great D10. It's all the way out. It is favoring the show side a little bit. Let's see. Hold on. Let me put the laptop down for a second. Let's see. This guy, yeah, there's a lot of blade play going on. So my guess, and Fred won't mind, so we're gonna do this real quick. Fred won't care. Now I'm hoping it's a T8 because that's what I grabbed, and it is. So let's see if we took that slop out of there. Yep, no blade play, and we're dead centered, okay? So it just needed a little bit of help there, and it probably doesn't have Loctite and all that stuff, so, you know, it's all good. So really nice, deep hollow grind. Let's just see how we cut here. Yeah, it's a shaver, guys. Whoops, I knocked the Vosteed off. It is a shaver, and this is some thick, massive cardboard right here. Just a shaver, okay? So great knife indeed. Very, very nicely done. Excellent access to the lock bar. It sticks out quite a bit. It has a chamfer. I don't care for this silly jimping. It just bugs me. I don't need that. It just, you know, you can just go straight across. There's so much sticking out. I don't need the jimping. I wish that wasn't there. That bothers me. You can see we're a little more controlled here. It looks, man, I don't know. We're going to have to look and see if the listing tells us what the pivot is. Let's see. It feels like it looks like it's bearings, but it doesn't drop like it's bearings. Does that make sense? Pivot type bearings. Okay. It definitely is a more controlled. Now, I might have helped that out by tightening it. Maybe Fred had it freer so it would drop. So let's back that off. All right, Fred, you're confusing me here. I bet you Fred had it a little looser just so he could. So we're still dead center. Let's see. And yes, that improved. All right, we're going to leave it right there. I just got it a little too tight, and that was my fault. So really good. Blade play's gone. Locked up at about 20%. Very nice. Now, I like what they did here with the exposed liners at the back to hold the back spacer. You see that? Just kind of gives it some reinforcement. And then for the rest of it, you have full steel liners that include a liner lock, no milling for weight reduction, a thicker handle. And again, pocket clip work for me. I know a lot of people don't like those kind of clips. My main thing with this knife is it is small. I am getting 4 fingers here, but I feel like I'm way back from the edge because of how big this flipper tab is. Now, for those of you that like a guard, you're going to like it. I will tell you, you are hitting, if you're up at all, you are, which my thumb rests naturally right there. You're on this swedge and it's not super comfortable. You can kind of choke up and again, turn that into more of a pinch. No hot spots. Again, handle does feel like I'm hanging on for dear life. Wish it was a little bit bigger, but what do I know? Now, again, they are $72. It is a 7.2-inch knife with a 3-inch blade and 2.73-inch cutting edge. 0.15 on this stock, but that's not a problem with that hollow and the swedge. It cuts great. Satin plain. Handle length 4.2, but again, what they're giving you is the full handle. That is not a fair way to look at this. You need to look from there back, which is just like 3 3/8. And so it is way smaller than they tell you the handle length is. 0.54 on the handle. Again, I told you it was thicker, but it is contoured, so that feels fine. 4.2 ounces. Again, no weight reduction milling. Again, keeping the price down. And it doesn't tell me what the HRC on that D2 is. But there you go. That is the Todd Begg mini glimpse. Really cool. Thanks, Fred. And the next one Fred sent is, again, the Vosteed Shilin cutter. Now, guys, I have a confession to make. I have reviewed 2 other Vosteed Vanker locks, the original, which I can't even remember the name of it right now. I'm blanking. And the Corgi V. And I didn't have the following issue with either of those knives, but I definitely have it with the Shilin cutter. Something about how my hand hits this knife. When I use the flipper tab, my thumb is naturally on that pivot, okay? That's how I hold a knife now. So I have to kind of coach myself to stay back, because if I don't, I'm impeding that button from coming up, and now I got the wiggly jigglies, okay? I don't care for that. Thumb studs, no problem with that. Reverse flick, come on. On the thumb studs, I am on that, okay? But again, you just got to coach yourself to stay off the button. It is on bearings, of course. You do have a front flipper, no problems with the front flipper. Just when I'm using that flipper tab, I tend to be on that, okay? Now, what we like about a V anchor lock or a Vanker lock is that it has a real detent, and you can see that it is on bearings, riding very smooth. Again, good jimping on that front flipper. And these are a little more expensive, okay? These are running $149. There's a bunch of versions. This is aluminum, and the steel on this one is Elmax. So to be honest with you, $150 with Elmax and aluminum, I'll take that all day long. 7 inches overall with a blade thickness of 0.118. It is in Elmax. 61 plus 1, they say. Handle length of 4.17. Handle thickness of 0.510. But again, now we are very contoured. By the way, we have this great milling. We have a nice milled back spacer with a lanyard hole in it. We do not have a reversible clip. It is not reversible, which is a shame. And again, you know, it is designed, I believe, by Yudong. Yep. So a really cool knife. I did not, with the other 2 V anchor locks, I did not have an issue with my thumb kind of riding on that button, but I am having it with this one. And, you know, it's okay. Now, again, I titled this, These Knives Are Made to Cut, and, well, maybe I need to switch pieces of cardboard, Casey. Yes, I need to switch pieces of cardboard. I'm down to that nasty thick part. All right, let's find, man, I need more cardboard. Okay, so I said these were made to cut, and I believe this guy just has, needs a little touch up on the edge. I know Fred has been sending these around to different channels. The funny thing is I cut with this the other day, and I did not have, see that? I did not have those issues. See, it's cutting now. So I'm not sure if there's just a spot that's catching. You can see it's right there, right there. I don't know why, but there appears to be a spot in that edge that just doesn't want to cut. I'm gonna grab a cleaner piece of cardboard here, and we'll just try this. Yeah, see, it's catching right there on that spot. I'm not sure. Well, all right, now I went up a little bit on the edge, right up to the top there, and we're cutting fine. So I think there's just a dead spot in the edge that needs a touch up. I wouldn't judge the knife. It is definitely made to cut. It is extremely thin, extremely thin. I don't think that's an issue. You got jimping right here, 4-finger grip again, about the same size. I'm still hanging on for dear life back here, but huge choke up spot. So this one wins that war, and it is very comfortable, and it's not terrible back here. Your clip, you do feel that a little bit, but not bad. And a really cool looking knife, in my opinion. The flow of that knife is beautiful. Now we have the mini glimpse, and by the way, did I say the price on the Vosteed? I think I did. It's $149, I believe is what I said. Yep, $149, and they are available. So check them out. Now, there's your comparison. They are very close. Your Ontario Rat 1 is going to be humongous compared to this. Your Ontario Rat 2 is going to be about the same size, okay? Your Tempest Microburst, which is a 7-inch knife, again, super similar to both of those. And your Tempest Pinion, which is 8 inches, is going to be bigger than both. So there you go, guys. That is the Vosteed Shilin cutter, or Shilin cutter. I think it's Shilin. And the lovely Begg mini glimpse. So very, very cool. Thanks to Fred for sending these along. I'm going to get these in the mail off to the next channel. Fred is loaning them to. And thank you again, Fred, for your incredible help and support with all the community and with the Knives Fast channel. Guys, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell to all on the channel, and stick around if I can get the logo right side up. Stick around for more, and thank you for watching the Knives Fast channel.